Warframe's newest update, the Vallis Undermine, is dropping on October 15th, and alongside with it, we're actually getting changes to damage attenuation, we're getting an overall rework, we're getting a whole new Warframe Nokko, and we're honestly just getting so many different things. And at some point in the future soon, maybe with October 15th, I'm not sure, but very close to it at least, we're also seeing the Teacher, a new cinematic quest that will help teach people how to mod correctly. But today I want to talk about the Vallis Undermine. I won't talk about Nokko too much, guys, because I have an entire video dedicated to discussing Nokko and his abilities. But today let's talk about the Vallis Undermine. I'm going to give a lot of my own opinions on this, so, you know, I hope you're okay with that. They're mostly going to be positive. I'm actually very excited for this new area, the Vallis Undermine. So let's get right into it and discuss the information they gave us before I talk about what I think about it. So, we don't get a ton of information from the dev stream, but what we do know is that there is a new character in Fortuna named the Nightcap, and he is a vendor. He sells Nokko wares, whatever that means. That's what they said on the stream. I don't know what Nokko wares is. I'm guessing it's Nokko's blueprints, maybe like an alternate helmet, and probably the weapons that Nokko will get. And he also sells a bunch of floor decorations, brand new floor decorations that you can put in your ship or wherever you want to put them, in your dojo maybe. I'm not sure, but he sells a bunch of floor decorations, a lot of them based around mushrooms, because the whole theme of this update does seem to be mushrooms, which is very interesting. I mean, Nokko's a mushroom, he sells mushrooms. Those are two instances, that's a lot of instances of mushrooms, okay? Shut up. Anyway, to progress in this vendor, you need to find a bunch of mushrooms in the Vallis Undermine to feed to a mushroom creature named Prince that is being tended to by Nightcap. Once you feed Prince, this weird, creepy, snake-like mushroom creature that's like in this crate and like reaching out to eat the mushrooms you give it, this creepy little fucker. I don't know what the hell Prince is. He looks evil though, looks like a slithering snake more than a mushroom. But once you feed Prince, you'll be sent on little adventures to learn more about Nokko, Nightcap, and others. These adventures are played as you being a small mushroom that partly shows Nightcap's memories. And these look like they're going to be pretty trippy. They showed us a little bit of these adventures during the dev stream, and it basically looks like you're on LSD. So, you know, that's fun. I guess that's what happens when you eat mushrooms, guys. Even though I'm pretty sure you're feeding it to Prince, so I don't know how it affects you. Maybe you're both eating it. I'm not really sure. But guys, don't eat random mushrooms you find in real life, by the way. Only eat them from the store. Don't pick random mushrooms and eat them, because you'll probably either trip or die. But maybe they'll taste good too, so who am I to say? But I can't encourage that behavior. Another strange thing they dropped that they didn't really talk about too much is that Nightcap tends to the Prince because he believes that Prince can bring peace to the Vallis Undermine. So apparently there's some sort of conflict going on in the Vallis Undermine. Maybe there's two huge sentient mushroom clans that are fighting. Maybe the mushrooms are fighting against the Corpus down there. I'm not really sure. But for some reason, this new character, Nightcap, this robot guy in Fortuna, for some reason thinks that the Prince, this weird mushroom creature, is the answer to all the problems in the Vallis Undermine. And like I said, we don't even know what those problems are quite yet, but we'll be finding out soon on October 15th. You can actually take Vallis Undermine bounties from a little mushroom guy you can find in Fortuna, who's next to the Fortuna elevator. We see that in the dev stream as well. The elevator in Vallis can now go down, which it takes you to the huge mine that is the Vallis Undermine. By the way, if you guys didn't know, the Vallis Undermine is like a huge mining section, I think. I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure it's a huge mine. And apparently there's a bunch of like Corpus slabs down there. And obviously a bunch of little mushroom creatures, like a sentient mushroom race, also occupies the mines. There's a brand new tile set with mines and Corpus slabs and missions that are focused around critter liberation. The one bounty we got to see them play in the dev stream was a critter liberation bounty, so that could be pretty fun. I think you're saving little mushroom characters, as far as I can tell from Corpus Labs. Beyond that, Nokko was getting a massive mushroom art gun called the Arbusep. Maybe it's like a mushroom name, I'm not really sure. Guys, the spelling is Arbucep. Don't know how to say it. We'll never know how to say that. But it's a huge, massive mushroom gun. I'll have a picture of it up on the screen. It looks really fun, really cool. And interestingly enough, with that, this isn't really relevant to the Undermines, but They're adding an improvement to arc guns where they're allowed to have arcanes on them, and they will have one primary, one secondary arcane. So if you get that new arc gun, this giant mushroom, you can put a secondary and primary arcane on it, which would be pretty cool. But yeah, I'm super duper excited for this update because the environment just looks so amazing to me. I love underground sections in video games, and it's going to be a huge underground section. And then you have like these mushroom creatures, all mushrooms everywhere, and it's going to feel like a really unique area. And there's going to be like corpus slabs that are mixed in as well. I'm pretty sure they said we're going to get a whole new tile set for both the Orkin lab. I'm sorry, not Orkin, Corpus Labs and the underground. So I think it's honestly going to be really amazing. I think it's going to be a beautiful area to explore and a super unique area to explore that we haven't really gotten to see before when it comes to Warframe. Because there's very few scenarios where we actually get to go underground and explore things. The only one I can really think of is on Deimos when you're doing your necromech missions and kind of going underground. But other than that, like 99% of the missions on Warframe are on the surface of planets or on ships. So actually being able to go underground is going to be absolutely amazing and do different bounties down there. That's going to be super cool. I think the environment looks awesome. I'm really feeling excited for this update. Not even necessarily because I think the story or anything is going to be amazing, because we really don't know enough about it to have any thoughts on that, but because I think just the environment and the quest and the frame looks super fun to use, and the environment looks super fun to explore, and I just think it's going to be a really great time. This is probably an update that one of the updates I'm looking the most forward to, even though I just recently found out, anything about it in this most recent dev stream, because mushrooms are cool, and more importantly, because the environment just is like everything I look for in an environment in video games. It's just something I love to explore, underground sections that are like huge and vast and have like life in them and stuff. I'm the kind of guy that played Skyrim and enjoyed that Forsworn quest where you're like in that huge underground area and you're like collecting a bunch of bullshit and all that stuff. I actually enjoyed that quest what were the little leaves? I'm going on a tangent here, but what were the little things called? And it was a little herb in Skyrim, and you got the quest when you were underground to like collect the herbs or something like that. I'm not sure what they're called, but it was in a huge Forsworn cave that was like left over some dwarven ruins, and it was like, I think they were night something. They were little weeds. But anyway, moving on. I like underground things, so I'm excited for this. And something interesting is that we're getting sentient mushroom people, or sentient mushroom creatures at least, in the underground, which matches the idea that Vallis has giant mushrooms everywhere on the planet. So this actually ties it together very well and makes sense. It's not like we're going to the underground and some like fantasy world that doesn't make any sense. Like, how the hell did weird sentient mushrooms get here, and why is there a mushroom frame? Like, what's going on here? It actually makes a ton of sense because the surface of Vallis is absolutely covered in different giant mushrooms. So it makes sense they've had some impact on the planet and have evolved in different ways above and below the ground. This is honestly super awesome and interesting, and I'm excited to see where the story takes us and what it explains to us. So like I said, I'm super excited for this update. That's really all the information I have about it. I know I went through it kind of quick. I wanted to give you guys the rundown right away and then give my thoughts. But dude, I'm going to be hyped for this. I'm definitely going to be playing it, probably streaming it the first day it drops, unless I have school. Like I'm in college, I have some college stuff I might have to do. But yeah, guys, this is awesome, and I hope we all enjoy it, and it's a good update. But that's all I have for this episode, or this video, not episode. I don't fucking have a TV show. If you guys enjoyed, please like and subscribe. Most people watching aren't subscribed. I'd really appreciate it. I'm kind of close to 5,000 subs, less than 900 subs away. So if you guys can help me get there, I'd super appreciate it. I appreciate the support. I appreciate everyone who watches these videos. And a huge special shout out to my members, Panagoidus. Sorry I butcher your name every time, man, but you're amazing. Jay, who's awesome and always supported me from the very beginning, and Sign Up King 5000, who has also supported me from the very beginning. You guys are great and amazing. I really do appreciate you guys, and thank you so much. If you want to become a member, there are not a bunch of perks right now. It's pretty much just early access to videos, but it does help me make the content better. It does help me make the channel better. And streams, when I do stream, which is kind of rare, are members only. After I'm done with them, I change them to members only. So those are the perks. It's not great, but it does help the channel more than anything. And, it's mostly you being nice to me and helping me, get better equipment and stuff like that. But thank you guys so much for watching. Stay blessed, stay happy out there. Most importantly, more than anything, just stay safe, guys, because it's a dangerous world we live in. But yeah, guys, peace out. Thanks for watching.